67, which will eventually connect up with Sandy Hook. But I want to go to Frankfort to be your representative, to expand the Mountain Parkway to connect up with US 23, where we will have 4 lanes run through Wolfe County and Morgan County. And if I'm elected, I will try my best to get it into Johnson County. Folks, I was in charge of the Rural Secondary Program at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, which entailed over $1 million for every county in the 10 counties that I covered. I know the budgets. I know how to work with money. And if elected as your representative, I will fight to get paving done on our roads, which are deteriorating rapidly. I will work to improve the drainage structures, to bring bridges to our district. Also, I want to improve on our broadband internet. I want to expand on the cell phone services where you can have coverage in all the counties, not just in areas. Also, the pension bill, Senate Bill 1, which has now today been attached with Senate Bill 155, which is a garbage bill. That's what our legislators think of the pensions that our teachers have worked hard out here to earn. Folks, I want you to know I've had the pleasure to go to Frankfort in the last 2 weeks and fight with the teachers and march with the teachers that our governor has called selfish and arrogant. I do not believe in that. I was proud to go down there and march with the thugs. I have a vested interest in this as well. When elected as your state representative, I will be there fighting for you. Folks, not all Democratic ideas are good. Not all Republican ideas are bad. But a pension is a promise, and I think you deserve what you were promised. Folks, this governor and these legislators we have down there now are for the few, by the few, and not for you. And my name is Craig Linden, and I am #1 on the ballot, and I ask for your vote and support on Tuesday, May the 22nd. Thank you, and God bless you.
I'd like to thank you all for coming out for this event, and I thank the Rotary Club for hosting the event. My name is Marvin Kane, and I'm the Republican candidate for PVA. And I'm a proud member of this community, and I'd like to serve this community in the coming years. And I hope I have your guys' support. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Good evening, Morgan County residents. My name is David Vance, and I want to be your next PVA. I've lived in Morgan County pretty much all my life. I'm married to Michelle Lewis Vance. We have 3 children, Keisha O'Neill, Mikey Wisman, and Matthew Vance. And I'd like to also thank the West Liberty Rotary Club and the Interact Club for their hard work and dedication in putting on this political forum for us tonight. I would also like to thank the good citizens of Morgan County for showing me the hospitality they've bestowed upon me while I've been out campaigning across the county. This campaigning is truly an experience you'll never forget. During my travels throughout the county, a lot of people have asked me the same question. Why should I vote for you to be the next Morgan County PVA? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I'm respectful and believe that everyone should be treated fairly. To me, it doesn't make any difference who you are or what part of this great county you live in. Everyone should be treated with the same respect and fairness as the next person. A PVA office run by myself, that's exactly what you'll get. When you come to this office, you will be treated with fairness and respect. Also, I'm a hard worker. If I'm elected your PVA, my hours will be posted and advertised so that the citizens of Morgan County will know when the office is open and they can come in and address their concerns anytime. And another question I've been asked is, what exactly does a PVA do? Well, PVAs appraise real estate at fair market value for the property assessment rolls. They also track property ownership changes. They maintain current property maps. They update building characteristics, and they also administer proper tax exemptions on real property. One thing I'd like to clear up, because a lot of people have asked me this. PVAs do not determine the tax rates in the county. That is done by your city, county, and state governments, not the PVA's office. So in closing, if you elect me your PVA, you'll have someone that'll treat everyone with fairness and be respectful to all. You'll have someone who'll work hard for every citizen of Morgan County, not just a select few, and I will be honest with all. I humbly at this time ask for your vote and support for Morgan County PVA. With your help, Morgan County's direction can be changed. Thank you.
Okay, got to get my coughing out of the way. I don't know if any of you all have had the flu this year, but the cough lingers and lingers. So excuse me if I cough too much. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. As most of you know, I'm Darby Franklin, and I am your Morgan County PVA, and I'm currently serving in my third term. The last several years have been an unbelievable success for my staff and I in the Morgan County PVA office. Due to the enormous changes in technology and computers when I first took office, I knew we would have to implement some major changes to the way that we were used to administering our tax roll and mapping systems. However, I never dreamed we would achieve as many goals as we did, as quickly as we did. Your Morgan County PVA office now has one of the most advanced tax roll software programs and mapping systems in the state of Kentucky. And these changes have dramatically increased the efficiency of our office and has helped our staff and I collect and maintain much more accurate data. During this period of time, our hard work did not go unnoticed. We were awarded one of the highest honors a PVA office can receive when I received the most outstanding PVA of the year in the entire state of Kentucky in 2013. I was extremely humbled and honored to have received this award and never would have imagined our office would have been able to achieve this success in such a short period of time. But most importantly, our hard work didn't go unnoticed by our fellow Morgan County taxpayers, our farmers and loggers, and our bankers and realtors, insurance professionals, and all of us who pay property taxes were able to benefit in one way or another this new technology in the PVA office. Currently, our Morgan County PVA website, which is used by many people on a daily basis, both in Morgan County and, believe it or not, across the country, is undergoing a major upgrade as well in order to better serve the public. And one of the greatest benefits of using this advanced technology in collecting data and assessing property is the fact that our overall assessments have met and exceeded the state-required level of assessment each year that I have been in office. And this is good because it means we have not had to do any state mandatory reassessments, which could result in higher than necessary property tax bills. And I, for one, am certainly happy about that. And I'm pretty sure my wife is too, because she gripes at me all the time because their tax bill is too high. But anyway, even though we are very pleased with the wonderful success that my staff and I have enjoyed these last several years, we know none of it would be possible if God was not in it. We have been extraordinarily blessed, and we know we cannot do it by ourselves. We give God the honor and praise, and we look to Him for the ultimate guidance in managing the very best PVA office for the good citizens of Morgan County. In closing, my staff and I would sincerely appreciate your vote and support in the upcoming May primary and again in the general election in November. We will continue to run the PVA office with the honesty and fairness that you have become accustomed to and that you deserve. Thank you all. God bless each and every one of you, and have an awesome evening.
Well, it's clear to see who the old state trooper in the room is. I thought I was going to hire people to sit by Ellen and I when I got here. I'm Greg Motley, and I'm running for sheriff in Morgan County. I'm a proud retired lieutenant with the Kentucky State Police. And after retiring with the state police, I worked with the Attorney General's office as an investigator. I left last year when I decided to run for sheriff, and I was the manager over the public corruption unit for the entire state of Kentucky. My wife, Ellen Jividen Motley, has taught at Eazell Elementary and at Morgan County Middle School, and is currently teaching at Morehead State University. We have two children, Joshua and Caitlin is married to Jonathan Whitney Perry, and they gave us our beautiful granddaughter, Lydia Kate, which we have pictures of. Be glad to show you. I have three things that are really concerning me about what I want to do if I'm elected sheriff. Drug enforcement. I hear it everywhere I go. I want to tell you that I will pursue and prosecute persons that are bringing and selling that poison in our county. I'm going to use the contacts that I have. I've worked with the, obviously, state police, the FBI, the DEA task force, and the Attorney General's office. So we will make a difference in our county. I can tell you that we will. The other side of that that concerns me is the fact that we need to help families sometimes that need help. And I'm going to put an advocate in our office, hopefully a volunteer position, that will help families that are trying to get their family members into help, because I feel that's really important. Second thing I'm real concerned about, obviously from having a wife that's a teacher and a daughter that's a teacher, school safety. I know that parents, teachers, faculty, and students got to feel safe in the learning environment in order to learn. We will work with the school system, and they're trying very hard to ensure that everything is safe. But I want to make sure that we've got officers in the schools every day. I hope that we can get some grants to put some school resource officers in the schools, and I'm pretty sure that we can. I'm going to start. I've taught DARE in the past, and I'm going to either start the DARE program back up, or I'm going to get Ellen and some of her teacher friends to help me write my own curriculum. But we're going to put a drug anti-violence program in our school systems. And the third thing that kind of concerns me that I see that we're not doing anything about is our aging elder population. When Attorney General Beshear came in, he formed a senior protection unit. And after I got to looking into it and thinking about it, and you think about our county's getting older. And I'm concerned about the scams, the fact that many seniors don't want to open their door because they're afraid somebody's going to come in and take their medication. And we're going to work diligently with agencies like the Attorney General's office to do educational programs to ensure that our seniors feel protected in their home and they can enjoy their retirement. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Patrick Smith. I'm a deputy with the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff, Anthony Gold, wanted to be here tonight. Unfortunately, due to an ongoing lengthy investigation, he was needed there. He's asked me to present this. He had a speech prepared. I'm going to read it just like he had it written out. So it's going to be written like he was reading it. Just bear with me on that. Hello, everyone. I'm Anthony Gold, your Morgan County Sheriff. I want to thank the Rotary Club for having us here today. I have served Morgan County for the past 27 years, 24 years as a deputy sheriff, and 3 years as your sheriff. I'm a certified and trained officer. I graduated from the DOCJT in Richmond, Kentucky. I have the experience of serving the people of Morgan County. We have 3 paid deputies and 4 auxiliary deputies. We have 24/7 coverage of the county. We participate in state advancement program, which allows us interest-free money to operate on throughout the year. I have worked to get needed equipment and cruisers from the Hardin and Jefferson County Sheriff's offices. The Sheriff's Office has many responsibilities as we collect property taxes, inspect vehicles, issue CCDW license, serve summons, subpoenas, and all court documents. We also transport juveniles, mental health patients, and provide court security. With 8 court security officers, we work to monitor safety and security to the citizens of Morgan County. We are currently working with the Board of Education in an active shooter response scenario to deal with the injured and wounded. We are coordinating with members of the community, the hospital, EMS, Rescue Squad, West Liberty Police Department, Kentucky State Police to ensure the safety of the children, educators, and citizens should this terrible situation ever occur. As your sheriff, we have recovered thousands of dollars worth of stolen property, such as 4-wheelers, tractors, and tools. My staff and I are working hard to combat the drug epidemic in our county. We have made numerous drug arrests. We are working diligently to make Morgan County a safe place to raise our families. I am experienced, trained, and fair. I would appreciate your support to continue to serve as your Morgan County Sheriff. Thank you all for your time.
A little bit shorter than the rest of my competitors here, so I got to lower this. But my name is Jonathan Cottle. I'm from Morgan County. I've lived here my whole life. Married to Tila Cottle. She's back there. My little boy Thomas. He's 2 years old. I've got about 10 years experience in law enforcement, and primarily most of that has been here in the county in which I live. I know what's going on in this county right now as far as the drugs, and it's horrendous. And I think all of you in the audience probably know that. I don't have to tell you. The thing is, we need to take a stand against it. We can't just talk about it. We can't say we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We need to take a stand against it. And until we do that, it's going to keep getting worse. When I started back in 2008, it was primarily pills. That's about what you've seen. Some marijuana, but primarily pills. Over the past 10 years, that's progressed to heroin, methamphetamine, cocaine, crack, the harder drugs, drugs that's going to destroy your families and it's going to kill our youth. I wrote some stuff here on some cue cards, but I kind of feel like just going by the flow here, just kind of talking to you about some stuff. Three main issues: the school system, I mentioned on the drugs, and then being there for you when you need us. I think those are probably the three biggest things that we need to fulfill. That's something that a lot of people have told me, you know, when I've been out campaigning is, well, what are you going to do about the drug issue? What are you going to do for our kids? And are you going to be there when we call for you and we need you? And all of those things I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it. It's not a false promise. If you call me, doesn't matter the hour, doesn't matter the day, I'm going to be there for you. If it's important to you, it's important to me. And I feel if I'm going to run for sheriff and I'm going to take that responsibility on, then I need to be there for you. The second thing is with the schools. What I would like to see us do is implement a program in all of the elementary schools, the middle school, and the high school. And what I want to do is I want to educate our youth on drugs and bullying. I feel like as we teach them over the course of them getting older, they'll learn and they'll remember these things that we've taught them at a young age. When they graduate and they go into the workforce, they're going to remember those things. They're going to stay off drugs and they're going to be productive citizens. The next big thing is with the something somebody said up here earlier. I hadn't really planned on talking about this, but somebody mentioned about guns. I agree with, I don't know who the sheriff was out in Western Kentucky that said they wasn't going to take the people's guns. I own several guns. My family owns guns. My parents or my father have been in the NRA for a long time. I love to hunt, and I think a lot of you probably do too. But not only that is, if we take guns from good people, bad people will still have them. And bad people will still continue to commit crimes against good people. And if they know that you don't have a firearm in your home, or they know that there's no way for you to protect yourself, they will prey on you. I fully believe in that. I really do. So if I'm sheriff and, you know, next year or 5 years or 10 years from now, somebody comes to me and says, John Cottle, we want you to go take these people's guns, I'm going to say, no, you're going to have to find somebody else to do that for you. And I'm going to be standing right with you, protecting your right to have guns in your home. The bell rung. I would talk for 30 more minutes, but I better not. So, but my name is Jonathan Calder. I'd appreciate your vote on May 22nd as sheriff. Thank you all.
Hi, my name is Roger Fanner. I think most of you know me. I'm your candidate for sheriff. I'm number one on the ballot. I was chief of police in West Liberty for several years, and I've been on the city council for several terms. I will answer all calls, and I'll hire deputies and train them, and talk about the drug problem. The drug problem probably we have here is nothing that's ever done about it. It's no reflection against Anthony, but I think we need to make a change, and Anthony probably is not able. So, and may the God bless each one of these guys. They're all good men, and Anthony's a good man. So, thank you all very much.
My name is John Crouch. I'm a Republican candidate for sheriff. I was a Republican candidate back in 2014, and I fell short in the November election. I don't have anybody running against me in the primary, so I won't be on the ballot until November in the general election. I'm a veteran of over 9 years of active duty service in the military, 5.5 years in the Navy, where I primarily worked on electronics, communications. Communication is very important. Most of the people I talked to 4 years ago whenever I was campaigning, and most of the people I talked to just this year and the whole time in between, okay? Communications. If you call somebody, you want somebody to answer the phone, especially when you know they're there, okay? So if I'm elected sheriff and you dial the sheriff's department phone number, one of my guys or girls, whoever's working for me or myself, will answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If it's an emergency, we will have you call 911 and call dispatch, okay? My deputies, everybody on duty, including myself, will have a logbook. With today's technology, there's no reason, if there's a phone call to the sheriff's department, that somebody from the sheriff's department don't answer it, okay? So we'll have a logbook. If it's not an emergency, we'll write the name, write the number down. We'll get back to you during regular business hours, something to take care of during regular business hours. Also spent 4 years in the Army, and I was in military intelligence. And military intelligence, one of my primary duties was threat assessment. Provide security for a Army group, you know, a setup, you know, our troops, our friendly troops. Been a lot of talk about the schools. Somebody mentioned earlier about it being a soft target. It's exactly what our school systems are. It's a soft target. If I'm elected, I will work diligently to secure our schools. I know how to secure them. It won't be expensive. It won't cost us a fortune. But I mean, I heard people say, well, we can't afford a resource officer in each school. What's resource officer cost? $21,000 a year, something like that. Most of it's grant money from their half of it or something like that comes from the state. If our children and our teachers' safety is not worth $20,000 a year, what are we doing? Okay. We provide safety and security for our children while they're at school. Small children don't need to worry about somebody coming into the school system with a gun. Okay. If I'm elected, I'll do my best for Morgan County. I also want to say one thing. I lived away from Morgan County in this area, Eastern Kentucky, for 16 years, and this don't happen anywhere else. Do y'all understand that? We have a very special community where we get along, bake sale, and all of us have different ideas and different political views. This is special. Also, it's Easter weekend. I'm gonna add this in. I guess my 3 minutes is up, but Jesus gave his life for each and every one of us. So if you don't know the Lord today, make him your Lord and Savior. God bless.
I would like to go ahead and welcome to the stage our judge executive candidates. And if we could get our circuit judge candidate, our district judge candidates, those people to come up here on deck. One thing about it, I want to say that sometimes this is a hot event and a long event, but every person that you're speaking to is a voter. Every single solitary person. If you're running against that person, they're a voter. It doesn't matter. So everybody you're speaking to tonight, you've got a captive audience for voters. So keep that in mind on this as the night wears on. It's going a little quicker than we thought, so we're thankful for that. You're number one. Number one? Number one.
Hello, my name is Robert Neese. I'm running for Morgan County Judge Executive. I went ahead and was hoping not to get the number one again and stuff, but I lucked out and got it. But you've got a lot of great candidates that are running with me and everything. And the only other thing I can say is that I hope that you kind of look at each one pretty well good and see before you make a decision to see who you think might be the best out of all of us. And I'm number one on the ballot. And thank you.
Hello, my name is Anthony Likens. Most of you know me. I'm the magistrate in District 5, and I've been the magistrate since 2010. I'm proud of my record in saying that most of the phone calls that I've received with talking to anyone, whether it was a constituent of mine or in another district, I always took it to the county judge or the road foreman. I am very reachable. I mean, when I get a phone call, if I can solve the problem there, I do. But if I can't, I'll call the judge or the road foreman, and we'll go out and look at the problem. I want to say, though, I saw Keith Barker here. Keith Barker, if I become judge, you will get that road fixed. We've been trying now for what, 5 years or longer? 8 years. Well, that's true. When I took over, and I've taken it too. But anyway, I want to say that I can't say that I've solved every problem because Keith Barker and I have been working on one for 8 years. I'm a lifelong resident of Morgan County. I taught for 31 years, and I enjoyed that. As far as being reachable, my office will always be open from 8 to 4. When I leave of the evening, my office becomes my home. So if you need to call, you can call my home, talk to me. I know there's people that works from 8 to 4, and some can't call me at that time. They may wait until 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, but you can call me at home. And I'm not a politician to where when I get elected, I'll say, well, I don't have to answer any more phone calls. I just start again campaigning for, not for an office, but for friendship. You know, I favor the school system and the students. I think that the judge, superintendent, and the sheriff should get together and find some way to have an officer in every school in Morgan County. We can pin it down some of the problems that way. As far as the roads, we need to get to Frankfort and try to get more money. That's possible. You just have to know how to get it. I promised in 2010 that I would be given a scholarship, one scholarship in my district for $250. If I'm elected as judge, I will give two $500 scholarships per district out of my money, out of my salary, which would be $5,000 of that money going to our schools. Not schools, but students. As far as transportation goes, I would like to get each year with the transportation director and go out, check all bus turns, make sure they're good to go before school ever starts. Okay, well, I'm at a good stopping point, but again, my name is Anthony Likens. I would appreciate your vote for judge. Thank you.
I'm John Will Stacy, and I'm running for county judge. You know, I've got a lot of experience in helping people in this county, and there's hardly any of these guys back here behind me that hadn't called me at some time during the last 10 or 15 years to help them, and I always did. I've got to say, after tonight and after hearing all the positive speeches, all the positive talks, Judge, that my faith in this community is really renewed. Not one negative thing has been said about us, anybody, nobody. And I think that's what the people of Morgan County want, and I think that's what they deserve. We've got good people, and they deserve good, honest, hardworking public officials. And I think that's what you'll get out of anybody that'll be elected. Now, I like my opponents. They're all very good people, and they're my friends. They really are, and I mean that, guys. But we have some problems that have gone long unattended to, and some of them are, our economic development needs. Everybody in this room knows that this community is screaming out for jobs and economic opportunity for all of our children and all of the adults who are either underemployed or underemployed. And I've been working at that just recently. I just announced a new company coming to the building right across the street. So we need to work with that and not only just work within our community, but work with the resources that are outside our community. And we've got the resources in this community to really have a good economic engine, but we need to work at it every daggone day, not just one day a week, not just twice a week, not twice a month. We need to work at it every day because that's what it's going to take to solve the problem. We also know that we have a drug epidemic, and I think our judges and our prosecutors, I think they're doing a good job. They're doing what they can, but I do not think that the county is doing its job. We need to have a drug summit within the 3 counties of this circuit and work with our good judges here who are doing everything they can to bring together more resources to help them. They can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. And I promise you one thing, if I'm elected judge, every sheriff candidate will have the resources to get that job done, and we're going to work with our judges and our prosecutors to help them do a better job, and that will happen. We also have a problem with our roads, and we all know that. If you live on a road and you look up under your wheel well under your car, if you're living on one of these county roads, you know what that brown stuff is? It's called mud. I can see some people know what that is. Well, I'm going to tell you, we've got the resources available in this state to fix that, and we will. I want to help the county, and I've got the experience to get things done. Give me an opportunity to help you, and we'll have the kind of county that we all hope to have for all of our children. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Jim Gazay. I'm the Republican candidate for Judge Executive. I'm a retired Navy veteran. I'm also retired from the Department of Defense Federal Civilian. This job is important, Judge Executive, and it requires skill sets and experience. I bring skills like strategic planning, personnel management, contract management, background in construction management. Those are our things. That and many more. I can hit the ground running day one. There's no learning curve with me. I also bring along relationships with the government and non-government organizations. Such things as entities such as FEMA. As I've been traveling around talking to citizens, as I've been campaigning, a lot of the people talk about roads, like General Will was talking about. Our roads are in desperate need of help. But as Craig Lennon can tell you, before you lay 1 inch of pavement down, you got to take care of the drainage, or your roads are not going to do you any good. Public safety. Every day we turn on the news, we hear about another crisis. I will look for the resources to make sure our law enforcement and our emergency services personnel have the equipment and the manpower to make our community safe. And it includes the communities, our homes, and our schools. Economic development. John Will's right. We do have the resources here, and we need to pursue that. We need to develop our small businesses, so those are available. Earlier, Isaac said something about government cannot create jobs. It can't, but we can encourage small business development, and we can organize and get our county ready for industry as it comes in. The federal and state is trying to get Eastern Kentucky ready with initiatives like SOAR. So as the economy changes, we need to be ready for that and get our labor force ready so they can be ready for that employment market. And as that happens, there's something else we need. We need housing for our people. We need housing for our underserved population. Recently, I traveled to another county, and they've started something there that's really working well. I would like to bring that here and implement it so our underserved population will have affordable housing. And also, everything we do, we need transparency in government. I will ensure, as your judge executive, that money that's spent by our fiscal court and in my office is presented on a website and published in the paper, your tax dollars and how it's spent. I will guarantee you that I will be available to every citizen in this county, and that I will work tirelessly to pursue and work for this county to make with quality of life available for our citizens. Thank you.
I want to go ahead and tell you my website's frankiespencer.com because I know I'm going to go over. It will talk to you about our infrastructure, our plans, my plans for having safer roads, clean sidewalks and sides, taking care of Keith Barker's road. It's not in the website, Keith, but it's about small businesses. It's about bringing economic development and bringing energy and confidence back to Morgan County. Something's been lacking for a long time. I am passionate, ladies and gentlemen, because you're getting used to seeing me somewhere on some type of ballot. But it's because I have for a purpose. One of my things I say is on my cards is driven by a purpose, committed with pride. There's no one more committed to this county. I love this county. I love it more than anything you can ever imagine because I see it every single day raising my kids, Joseph and Gracie. I see it with your kids. I'm in the schools. I'm going to the elementary schools. I'm already in the high schools talking to them about drug addiction, trying to get them to make better choices than the men that I work with. I am a drug and alcohol counselor. I see solutions every single day. I want people to make something of themselves. Everybody in here, not just a select few, but everybody in this county deserves it. I believe it wholly in my heart, more than anything in the world, at purpose to serve everyone. If I'm elected judge executive, you will see that. If I go around and I talk to my people that I'm knocking on doors with, I tell them, I said, this is the kind of judge you're going to get. Someone's going to come and see you whenever the snow and ice is on the ground. When you're out of electricity, whenever you're wanting to know if you're going to be able to get your oxygen tanks going. We're going to be there again. I'm going to be there whenever you need it. I can't do everything, I promise, but I can with your help. I cannot solve 100% of the problems, but if all of us just give 1%, it's guaranteed 100%. We've got a lot of problems that's facing our way. And I'm not sitting here and promising you that I'm going to solve them all, but I will work tirelessly every single day to make sure that Morgan County is better, because I do love it. And whenever you love something, you want to protect it, and you want to make it better. You want to make it better for those kids, my kids, your grandkids. If you keep that in mind at all times, I tell my guys all the time that if your morals and your intentions are right, you'll never go wrong. I believe in integrity, intelligence, dignity, honor, and I will bring that back to the Morgan County Judge Executive's seat and back to Morgan County. Go to frankiespencer.com. I would appreciate your vote and your support. And I always say on the back of my shirts, I'm too blessed to be stressed, because I am. I was nervous for the first time I've ever spoke, because I just think it's God just trying to shake the truth out of you. Thank you. God bless. Vote Frankie Spencer.
I guess I got the lucky number of 6 of going last. But for you, those of you all that don't know me, my name is John Brown, and it would be an honor and privilege to serve as the next Morgan County Judge Executive. And a little background about myself: I am an active member and captain of the Highway 172 Volunteer Fire Department, and I know what the importance of the fire department's not just there, but across this county, as well as the rescue squad. I'm also I belong to Elk Fork Masonic Lodge, a member of El Hassa Shriner, and last but not least, I am Magistrate of District 2. And at this time, I would like to thank the voters of District 2 for your continued support. You brought me to where I am today. I am grateful for the opportunity and the trust that you have given me to be the voice on your behalf. So I say thank you. I have served as magistrate as 2 terms. During this time, I have learned the ins and outs of county government. I have made valuable contacts in Frankfort and gained knowledge and resources that will not only benefit this community, but help it thrive, as well as keeping it moving it forward. I am proactive and reach out to Frankfort and fight for all available resources for Morgan County. I will address the drug epidemic that is at our front door by seeking resources that affect all those affected by substance abuse. I will promote our economic growth as well is bring jobs to our county while working alongside our local business to make sure that they prosper. Our roads is another important issue that I will address. We have a very hard and dedicated working road crew, but I will make it my goal to give them the equipment and the tools necessary to efficiently maintain our roads and our ditch lines as needed while working along beside them. I would like to thank our current road crew. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. But I am invested in this county's future. This is my childhood home. This is the home of my family where I've chosen to raise my 2 children, Caleb and Shelby. This is where I will spend the rest of my days. I believe I can be the leader this county needs. I am young and energetic, hardworking and determined. I will be the voice of Morgan County, the voice of the people. And I'm not in this just for the short haul. I'm invested in Morgan County for many years to come. And talking about the cake auction, it's a good fundraiser and all that, but when they announced my name for the apple stack cake, just everybody know that I was not the one made it, that the many night ladies up in my community made it, so it's pretty good.
We speak again?
Thank you. All right. Good evening. You know, this time last Thursday, I was drinking coffee and anticipating a long night of basketball. Looking forward to some good performances, some outstanding play. Unfortunately, the Wildcats didn't quite do the way that I had hoped. But tonight I have seen some great speeches, some great performances from all of the candidates, and I know we'll have more to come. Tonight I'm on your program, but I'm actually not on your ballot. Not on the ballot in May, not in the ballot in November, because this is an office that is an 8-year term. And so I won't necessarily be asking for your vote this spring or this fall. However, it's never too early to ask for your vote, so I will ask for your vote in 2022. But I want to just reflect just a few moments. This is the place back 12 years ago where I first had an opportunity to address the citizens of Morgan County as a group. And at that point in time, it was start of a new part of my career. I was fortunate enough to be elected as your circuit judge that year, and for the last 12 years, it's been my privilege and my honor to represent you and to serve you. And as I said, I am not on the ballot this year. I will be in 4 years. I hope to be able to stand before you again at that time and ask for your vote. But right now, you've got a lot of candidates left to go who have pressing matters and need to talk to you about things coming up in the May election and the November election. So thank you all very much for being here, for supporting all of these candidates. And it's good to see everybody and hope to be able to talk to you afterward. Thank you.
Okay, our next candidate coming is our district judge candidate, Mr. Rupert Wilhoit.
Thank you. I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve as your district judge. It truly is an honor and a pleasure. I work very hard to do a good job for you, to take care of your business. And in district court, we have a lot of business. We have almost 7,000 cases every year in district court. That's a lot. And as your district judge, I have many roles, but for any judge, I think the first role of a judge is to manage the docket. And it takes constant vigilance to stay on top of that many cases. And I'm proud to say, as I stand here before you today, there's not one person waiting on me to make a ruling. And also, I'm on the front lines in fighting our drug epidemic. You know, I drove up here tonight with my wife, my young son, Henry. And believe me, I don't want those dopers on the road. I want them off the streets, just like you. My family travels these roads. I travel these roads. Unfortunately, our laws are not getting stronger, they're getting weaker. But having said that, I don't believe we can incarcerate our way out of this problem. That's just one tool that we can use. To me, the most important tool we can use in this drug epidemic is education and prevention. You know, we talk about the dealers, but you know, we wouldn't have any dealers if we didn't have users, would we? So that's why I spend so much time in the high schools, the middle schools, and the elementary schools talking to our young people about the dangers of addiction. When you become addicted, you'll do terrible things, horrible things, including murder. We've seen it happen in this county. And so that's, to me, where we need to focus. The main part of our fight is, you know, convince our young people never, ever to go down that road, because it's a life of misery. I have a cousin that's on drugs, been drugs for 20 years. I'm sure everyone here has a similar story, and it's a terrible thing. We also have the option of rehab. One of the underutilized tools we use in this county is Casey's Law. Casey's Law is where you file a petition to have a person involuntarily admitted to rehab for a drug or an alcohol problem. Less than half of the states in our Commonwealth use Casey's Law, but we use it in Carter County, we use it in Elliott County, but we don't use it here in Morgan County. And we've had inquiries about Casey's Law, but we're not having anybody follow through. And I would encourage you, that you know someone that you feel like you want to do a Casey's Law petition on, we will help you. My secretary, or she likes to be called my executive administrative assistant, Suzanne Ginter, who is very knowledgeable in Casey's Law and the procedures. There are some procedures that can be overwhelming and daunting, but we can help you. We can help you, and we can help you get that done. But again, it's not a silver bullet. Judge Phillips has a drug court program. That's not a silver bullet. So once you become addicted to these drugs, it's so hard to come back. To me, you know, the fight is on the front lines, is in our schools and teaching our kids and explaining to them what's going on. Thank you, and I am on the ballot. Thank you for your vote in November.
Okay, if our magistrates for both District 1 and 2 would go ahead and come to our reserved seats, we'll let you go ahead and draw numbers. I wanted to let you know that our family court judge, Mr. David Flatt, was unable to be here tonight due to a prior engagement. He would have been here if he could have done so. So District 1 and 2 magistrate candidates, if you would come. Okay, we'll welcome to the stage our magistrate candidates for District 1.
That way I won't have to sit down. I just want to tell everybody I've had this job for 16 years, and I'd like to have it another time. And I've done, you know, the best I know how. If you're all satisfied with me, vote for me. If you ain't, maybe vote for somebody else. I don't know. But I've done as good as I can do, and I still will. I've got a good record, so if y'all can, go vote for me. My wife's here. I've been married to for 40 years. Also, my grandson's there. Or he's back there playing, I think, but he's in here somewhere. If you see him, you'll probably know him. But I'd like to thank everybody for staying this late to hear me anyway. Thank you all.
All right, finally got up here tonight. My name's Sean Conley. I'm running for magistrate in District 1. Won't be running till the fall. I'm on the Republican ticket. Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm married to Tasha Conley. She's a middle school or a Morgan Central Elementary School teacher, 2nd grade, and I'm a high school teacher. Been teaching for 21 years, taught elementary, middle school, and high school. So we're one of the thugs that Mr. Lennon was talking about earlier. There's other thugs in here I see. We have 3 kids. Macy Jo, she's 17. Colton's 13, and Tessa's 9. And give a shout out to my mom and stepdad, or Barbara and David Green, warden at little over in Elliott County. Anyway, I've been teaching 21 years. I've coached a lot of sports, coached baseball, soccer, football, basketball. Currently coach the middle school football team. I've done a lot of reffing, baseball and basketball, football. So I am fully invested in the youth of Morgan County. Between my kids and teaching and my reffing and coaching, you know, I'm all about the kids. So I want to see the Morgan County youth have more opportunities, activities, and if I could have anything to do with that, I would really like to do that. Obviously, the roads are a never-ending problem, just a constant problem. I've been a school bus driver for 17 years. I'm not doing that any longer, but I've seen the roads. I know what they need. I know what kind of conditions they can get in. Like I said, it's a repeated problem. So hopefully I can, go around, help people out with the roads. But I am proud to be in Morgan County. I have love it here. Blessed to be here. Very busy, hardworking guy between everything that I do. Many jobs over the years, and not afraid to get my hands dirty. Do whatever I can. So thank you. Hopefully you can help me out if you vote for District 1 in November. All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Hello, everyone. I am Derek Cantrell, candidate for magistrate in District 2, Dingus and Crockett. If I am elected, I will work along my fellow magistrates to get things done in our county. My goal as a magistrate is to keep our community as clean and safe as possible, and to be able to help each individual I come in contact with. On May 22nd, vote for me, Derek Cantrell, as your next magistrate in District 2. A vote for me is a vote for you, number 3 on the ballot. Thank you. And one more thing, if elected, I'll try to get an air conditioner.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to say John Will said that little brown stuff under your wheel well. Where we live, it's all over them, But my name's Donnie Keaton. I'm running for Magistrate District 2, Crockett and Dingus. I'm currently the constable out there. I'm assistant chief on the 172 Volunteer Fire Department. Do all my volunteering that I can, and I can't stand here and make a bunch of promises. All I can do is promise that I will do my best with what judge and magistrates we have. Thank you all.
Now, Derek, I don't know if you know, my name's Cheryl, but I've been called worse because my sister's Michelle, so. Okay, I don't think we had any of our candidates for Magistrate District 3 to show up. Is that correct? Nobody from Magistrate District 3? Okay. Our magistrates for District 4, if you'll come right on up to the stage.
All right, I'd like to thank the Rotary Club for putting this on. I know there's a lot of hard work, planning that goes into this, so thank you guys for allowing us to do this. I'm Brandon Evans, and I'm currently the magistrate in District 4, and I'm running for re-election. I would like to thank the voters of District 4 for allowing me the opportunity to serve, the confidence that you had in me to serve. I have your voice to serve to be your voice. So, as your magistrate, I will continue to fund and seek funding for our first responders and law enforcement. This includes our fire departments, rescue squad. Our fire departments and rescue squad are a vital part of our community. And as long as I'm a magistrate, I will seek funding for them. I will continue to use your tax dollars efficiently. In government, there's a lot of waste. I don't believe in that. I believe in using your money efficiently for things that we need in this community. I will continue to seek funding for our road department. Our road department, those guys do a great job. We are in desperate need of equipment, more manpower. With what we have to work with, they do a fine job. Whoever's elected county judge, I will go to Frankfurt with you to obtain this funding. We have to, we need money. Our people deserve better roads, and I will go to Frankfurt with our new judge to fight for funding. And another big thing in this community is economic development. You've heard that a lot with these other candidates. You know, with the expansion of the Mountain Parkway, now's the time. Now's the time. We have the infrastructure getting ready to be in place. Now's the time to get jobs into this area. Probably the best time that we've had in the history of this county. So it's time to do that. I want to continue to be your voice in District 4. I will continue to be dedicated and work relentlessly to achieve our goals. On May 22nd, re-elect me, Brandon Evans, Magistrate District 4.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the Rotary Club, Mountain Telephone, for hosting this event. My name is Chad Ross. I'm running for Magistrate District 4. I'm the son of Kenneth Ross and the late Pamela Ross, and the grandson of the late Wes and Isla Mae Ross. I'm a proud father of 3 beautiful girls, Abigail, Allison, and Autumn, and I'm very proud to say that my girls are involved in Morgan County sports and have been for many years now. I've always been a big supporter of all after-school activities and supporting our Morgan County Cougars basketball and football, baseball, and all the sports that we have in our county. I'm employed by St. Joseph Hospital. My title, I'm a telehealth specialist. And what we do, we bring health care to rural areas by the latest and greatest technologies. I'm also a farmer, and in my previous career, I was a heavy equipment operator. I worked strip mining and also road jobs. So I know the ins and outs of what it takes to get road projects done and what you have to do to get them done. So I think with that kind of experience, I can work hand in hand with the road departments, and I have the knowledge to be able to tell them what I think needs to be done without having to run back and forth and you know, have a lot of people come out and take a look. Also, as your magistrate, I would have a strong voice for our county. I also believe in equal and fair opportunities for our community. I'm focused on supporting our local Blackwater Fire Department and getting any kind of equipment they need to help them stronger to support our community. And also, one of my main goals is I'm focused on our kids. I want our kids to have a fun and safe place to do things like after school activities. I would like to maybe bring some playground equipment to our communities, maybe some ball goals, things where they can do, especially in the summertime, to get some kind of physical activities. I also believe it's very important to keep in touch with our road departments, especially in times when the weather is bad, because we want to keep our roads safe, not just for the individuals, but we also want to make sure the roads are safe for our school buses. Because a lot of times, there's debris in the road and stuff that they don't know about, and people needs to let somebody know that the buses can't run on this road because it's not safe. My name is Chad Ross. I'm number 1 on the ballot, and I'll be number 1 for your community. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank everyone for being here, and Rotary Club and Mountain TV. And my name's Arthur Patterson. I'm running for Magistrate District 4, Ezel and Chapel area. I'm a family man, married to my wife Tony Patterson, and 3 sons, of which they've grown up in District 4. Many have asked, why am I running for magistrate? I love Morgan County, and I want to work hard for the people. I will work hard for the betterment of all the people and always keep my constituents informed on what's going on in the county. I want to help lead our county and stand up and be a voice for you. I would appreciate the chance to become your next magistrate in District 4, number 2 on your ballot. Thank you.
Okay, if the constables for all of our districts would come up to the reserve seating so we can draw numbers to see who speaks in what order, that would be appreciated. And then if our District 5 magistrate candidates would join me on the stage.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to see everybody out here tonight. My name is Ricky Jevden. I'm number 5 on the ballot. I'm running for magistrate in District 5. And I'd like all support District 5. And as far as the roads and stuff go, we all know the roads needs repaved. We need ditch lines pulled in the roads bad to keep them right. And just, I appreciate everybody's vote. Thank y'all.
You might be looking at me thinking there's something a little different about this candidate, clearly. You might also be thinking, if I'm reading your minds right or going with my whole life history, like she's a Lacey, I just don't know which one. They're all confusing because they're all M's except for the boy. He got lucky. Right now, I'm super proud of my family, but it is imperative that I stand right now leaving you with the clear impression of who I am. And I am going to be the first female magistrate in the 195-year history of this county to win. I will be on the ballot in November. Until then, we've got some great guys who are going to duke it out. But I want to talk to you about being number 5. I've always been number 5, and that's okay. So I'm going to tell you 5 things. I am strong. I am capable. I am able, and I'm committed to serve you. This time last Thursday, I was on Capitol Hill. I was standing up for the 1 in 3 people living with diabetes in this state, and I was fighting to get money in the budget, and we did. So I know how to advocate, and I know how to represent you. I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to put District 5 front and center. We can talk about a lot of things, and if you want to talk about what the problems are, I'm happy to do that. But I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. Look at my record and see what I've already done. I have addressed the opioid epidemic head on for years. So remember me, I'm number 5, I'm 5 for 5, and I'm the best choice in November.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rick Barker. Don't confuse me with Ricky Chiverton, okay? A little bit about myself. I'm running for magistrate out of District 5, out of Caney, County City, and Salem. I'm self-employed. I'm married. I have 3 children. My oldest, 33, Ashley. She's a nurse in Lexington. She's currently enrolled further in her education at EKU. She's getting a degree in hospital administration and also working on her master's degree. My 19-year-old, Nikki Allen. Nikki is, she's at home, and my youngest, 10. Yeah, 10 years old. She was a blessing. Lori is currently a student at Wrigley Elementary School. I'm self-employed. I'm also employed by Morgan Industries. I'm a sports announcer. I do regional, or in the 14th region, 15th region, and 16th region basketball. In football, I do Morgan County High School football. And as you see, we got a lot of good candidates, especially me. That tells me that Morgan County is a good county. I would like to be on the team that takes it to a great county. And I think there's several ways to do that, but in this short time, we've got 3 minutes, I've narrowed it down. I think number 1 is unity. We need to come together as a physical court and work together. We need to put our oversized egos on check. We need to diminish the pride. And remember who we work for. you, the citizens of Morgan County. I might have a good idea, but it might not be the best idea. We need to be open-minded. We need to listen to each other's ideas and philosophies. If my idea is not the best idea, my pride needs to be in check and support the one with the best idea. We need to listen to our citizens. We need to listen to the people that are hiring us to do this, the voters of our district and county. I think the voters and citizens are not as involved as they should be. Reason being, I think that the government has made themselves so big that they feel annihilated. I think we need to give the voice back to District 5. I think District 5 and the county needs to communicate with the magistrate, whether it be me or one of these fine folks here, and have your voice heard. We are to represent you. We are to serve and not to be served. And we need to keep that in mind as well. Also, what I like to see... Let me finish this one. What I'd also like to see is the sheriff's budget increased. We need our children protected. We need the sheriff's department to work with the school system. So as parents, we know our children are safe. To get this, we got to go get the money. It's not going to come to us. Stay tuned to next time. Thank you. Rick Barker, number 1 on the ballot.
Hello, everyone. My name is Scott Hammonds. I've got my wife, Jessica Hammonds. I got 2 children, Fletcher, 8, and Emmett, 3. And I am running to be the magistrate in District number 5. And I, too, would like to set history as the first Hammonds to be elected as magistrate in District 5 in the history of Morgan County. I appreciate you remembering me. And I'm excited to be a candidate. I would like to help people. I look forward to talking to everybody I can. I'm making it around the district. How many of you happen to live in District number 5 here? Can you show me a sign of hands? I got 4 pens. We'll be okay. But I appreciate y'all listening to me, then taking the time. And as your magistrate, I like to listen to people, listen to your problems, talk to you, and I try to help you any way I can. I have worked for the Morgan County Schools for 17 years as a network administrator. I've also had a physical fixed asset coordinator, so I know about governmental accounting, which is a very interesting type of accounting, as you may be well aware. But the only place they can run a debt constantly and still have money when they want it. And I'm sure you've seen that before. And I also sub-drive a bus, so I've seen about every road in this county, and I do know the condition constantly. I do know they've been worked on and maintained, and they need work. As everybody here is well aware of that. And like everybody else, I will work on the roads, and I see the roads, and I drive the roads on the bus with the children. So I really do care about the condition of all the roads, because it's not just about my safety, it's about the children's safety too. And and I know we have to work within the allotted means we have. I know taxes have constantly been going up in this county at the federal and the state level constantly, and we need to, and we're going to have to work our best within the allotted resources that we have. And you deserve, and I deserve, my family deserves a county and a government that responds to all citizens, regardless of who you are. I may not know you. I do not see that as a bad thing, because if you call me, I treat everybody the same. Whether I know you, I know your father, your brother, or your sister. I will answer you, and I will honestly answer your questions. I will act in a timely fashion. No, a slow response is as good as no response. When the snow is on the road, if it does not get removed, coming in July to remove snow in December does not help a lot. But I know they work hard on that, and we need to maintain good equipment, maintain good workers, which we have several, and we need to keep the county moving forward, and that's what I strive for. I know we need to work to bring jobs here. As a magistrate, I know I cannot directly bring jobs here, but I can work with federal grants, money to encourage companies, businesses. Expanding of our local businesses need to be encouraged through the county when they can help them. We need to work in harmony. There cannot be a disagreement when you have 6 people making the rules, 5 magistrates and a county judge. There needs to be some harmony there, some agreement, some common ground needs to be reached. We should at least achieve common ground before we worry about anything else. We live in a great county. By working together, we can make this a better place to live. look for Scott Hammonds on your ballot in May. And if you choose me in May, remember me in November. But thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
All right, this is Michael Cornbread Jibbin Jr. He's running for constable in District 5, my district.
Well, this ain't awkward at all. 5 districts, and I'm the only one that shows up. Anyway, well, as she said, I'm Michael Jibbin, and I'll be running for constable in District 5. I'm running unopposed in November, or not November, but in May. But in November, I will be on the ballot against, one of the opponents that I'll have. When I first started thinking about running for constable, I wondered what kind of questions people may be asking during the time that I would be campaigning. Or would it be different from the campaign that I ran 4 years ago? Since the campaigning started, I've been asked a couple of different questions, and I'm going to share a few of them with you tonight. One of the questions that I've been asked is, what are your plans if you win this election? My plans if I win the election are to bring back safety and security to my district by enforcing a stricter law presence in each of the communities of the district. I will work directly with the Morgan County Court System, Morgan County Sheriff's Office, Kentucky State Police, and any other law enforcement that requests my duties, as well as working independently in my district. I've heard people say that they want a safer community, and I am the person to make sure that that happens. Question 2, and I get this one a lot, and I've heard it a lot over the last little bit. Can we get a neighborhood watch put into our community? And, I've sat back and I thought about it to myself, and I said, well, why don't I run for constable? Because I could become that neighborhood watch. The main reason that I chose to run for this position is so that I could be there for my neighborhood and my entire district. If I win the election, it's not just going to be a neighborhood watch, it's going to be an entire district watch. I will patrol the whole district multiple times a week, day and night at different times. If you ever need me for anything, I'll always be a phone call away. My number is in the local phone book. You can also reach my cell phone, text me, email, send me a handwritten letter, pull into the driveway, whatever you've got to do, I'll always be available for you anytime that you need me. With that being said, I would like to wish the 2 primary candidates that's running for this same position the best of luck in the upcoming May primary. But as you see, I am the only one of those 3 candidates standing up here tonight. And come November, District 5, I will be the only one standing for you with your trust and support. Thank you.
I appreciate everybody being attentive. I think we've got just a little bit of noise out in the hallway, so we'll just bear with us so we can have a strong ending to our forum here. I would like to welcome our circuit clerk candidates to the stage. I just want to say, during this whole event, somebody had to go last, so these girls drew the short straw, so let's give them a little bit of extra attention. Who drew number 1?
Hello. Good evening, everybody, and I'm so thankful that those of you that are still here are still here. I'm here to try to keep my job. I'm your current circuit court clerk, and I am the daughter of Mildred and J.B. Mays. I wish they could have been here with me tonight. I'm one of 11 children. I've been married to my husband, Robert, for almost 40 years. We'll be in July. We've got 2 kids and 3 grandkids. I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am. Both of my kids, my son lives in Lexington, my daughter lives in Elliott County. 3 grandkids, so none of my kids can vote for me, but, they're my kids and I love them. I didn't grow up in a political family. I don't have political experience, but I do have experience on the job. I'm just an average person here tonight, and I want to meet the needs of the citizens of Morgan County to the best of my ability. It's been a privilege and an honor to be the circuit clerk. I started working for the circuit clerk's office in 1994, and never did I ever imagine that I would be standing here as your circuit court clerk. It's just, I think the Lord has brought me here. But I am thankful to be here, and I feel that I've worked my way up. I've been a deputy clerk, a bookkeeper, a chief deputy, and now am the circuit court clerk. I have performed all the different types of duties that the office requires. As clerk, I'm a leader. I run a very efficient office, but I can't run it on my own. I have an excellent staff. They're all here tonight, and I want to thank them for being here tonight. They're great. They all work great on their own, and they all work great as a team. We are a good team. So thank you. We serve, our office serves circuit, family, and district courts, and we have a great responsibility to these courts. We file all kinds of cases and documents and motions. We're present during all court proceedings. We issue driver's license and non-driver ID cards. And if you all don't know, you can renew those up to 6 months early. So if you think you're not going to be able to come in, so you've got 6 months. We also maintain all the court records and case files. We work on all types of cases, including confidential matters. Among other things, I'm involved in the Circuit Court Clerks Trust for Life program. It's the organ donor program, and it's near and dear to my heart because my brother is alive today because someone donated their loved one's organs. So I'm passionate about that. I work hard on it. I maintain the jury management program, administer oaths, handle affidavits. I serve on the Deputy Clerks Committee and am a member of the Association of Substance Abuse Program. Our office policies and procedures are from Frankfurt, the administrative office of the courts. So I don't make our rules, but we try our best to do everything by the book. I promise to you to do my best to serve as the Morgan County Circuit Court Clerk. Vote for me on May 22nd, number 2 on the ballot, Mary Coffey for Circuit Court Clerk. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad that you chose to stay. My name is Shelley Bishop Adkins, and I'm seeking the office of Circuit Court Clerk. If you know anything about my personality, I like to put people at ease. And in my classroom, I begin every single class with a joke or a quote or something to make them feel comfortable or at least to smile. So I'm going to do that for you. Two friends with radically different political views are on their way to the polls on election day. One guy turns to the other and says, "You know, we've argued about this for months, and we're obviously going to vote for different candidates. Our votes will cancel each other out anyway, so why don't we just call it a draw and go home instead?" The other guy agrees. They shake hands and they part ways. Another guy who overheard the conversation approaches the deal maker and says with admiration, "That's a real sportsmanlike offer you just made." "Not really," the guy says. "Just this afternoon, I've already done this 3 times. So I will try to keep my comments brief and will be very respectful of your time and your patience. It is getting late. But mostly I want the people of Morgan County to know that I'm a genuine, giving, and grateful for your support. I will treat everyone with kindness and respect. As I stated once before, I'm a regular person who wants extraordinary things for our county. The 3 things that would best describe me are as follows. I'm approachable. I want people to feel comfortable anytime they have a question or need anything. I plan on having an open door policy. I'm accommodating. I'm always willing to help others to the best of my ability. Philippians 2:4 says, "Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others." I believe that when we serve others, we are in fact serving God. We all need help sometime or another. Accountable. For 24 years, I have been given the privilege of taking care of our most important commodity, the children of this community. I have taught, loved, and cared for over 3,000 students. As I look around this room, there are so many of my previous students here, and many of them are candidates, and I'm so proud to be a teacher. I love Morgan County. I've lived here my entire life, and I've taught the majority of the county as well. I've been a full-time teacher for many years, but if I'm elected, I look forward to starting a new and exciting career as your circuit court clerk. I will take the office very seriously, as well as making sure that everything is ran efficiently and professionally. As I close, I wish nothing but blessings for all of our candidates. Mary and Sheena, I have nothing but love and respect for both of you. You're wonderful, beautiful ladies. I have really enjoyed going out into our county and meeting so many nice people. They have welcomed me in their homes with kindness, and I have made so many new friends. I started with a funny story, and I'll end with a verse from my favorite book, from Numbers 6:24. The Lord may bless you, bless thee, and keep thee. Thank you so much for being such a courteous and polite audience. May God bless each and every one of you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sheena with Easterling. I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and the West Liberty Rotary Club for inviting us here tonight and all the good work that they do in our community. I'm very excited to be here and to express to everyone why I want to serve Morgan County as your next circuit court clerk. I was born, raised, and lived here in Morgan County my entire life. I'm blessed with a wonderful family, which includes two great parents, Mickey and Michelle Witt. They have always taught me to be helpful, to go above and beyond to help others, and to take pride in being a public servant. And as your circuit court clerk, that is exactly what I will do. I have the experience in working in the justice system for the past 16 years at the sheriff's office. I have also passed the 2018 circuit court clerk's exam, which qualifies me to run for the office. If elected as your clerk, I will have the office open every Saturday to better serve the people of Morgan County. I feel it is very important to be available on Saturdays for the working men and women who can't make it to the office during the week. I will do this at no additional cost to the taxpayers by implementing a schedule. As your clerk, I will provide a hard copy of the Kentucky's Driver's Manual to our young people or anyone else that requests one to study for their permit and driver's test. This will help those who don't have access to the internet or home computers to study. I will personally furnish this at no cost to the taxpayers or the clerk's office. As most of you know, the driver's license renewal reminders are no longer being mailed out. As your clerk, I will implement a system to send out a reminder email and one phone call notification to everyone that needs to renew that month. This system will also be a courtesy from your clerk's office and at no cost to the taxpayers. As your clerk, I will always be courteous and always listen to your needs and concerns. When you call your circuit clerk's office, you will be greeted by myself or one of the clerks or deputy clerks. I look forward to working with the deputy clerks, the current deputy clerks. I feel that by working together, we can better serve the people of Morgan County. I believe in dedication to our community, friendliness, and a willingness to always be helpful. I will work for you, the people of Morgan County, and you will always have a friend in the courthouse that you can come to. I greatly appreciate your time, and I would like to ask for your vote and support to allow me the opportunity to serve Morgan County. On May 22nd, vote Sheena Witt Easterling, number 3 on the ballot, to serve you as your next Morgan County Circuit Court Clerk. Thank you all so much. Again, I want to thank everyone for staying for this event, and I want to especially thank our candidates because there was a nationwide survey that was conducted over fears, and I don't know if you've heard this statistic before or not, but the number one fear that people have is public speaking, even above death. They fear public speaking even above death. So if you saw some shaky fingers and things up here today, that's normal. If everybody would stand, I'd like for us to close in prayer this evening as a unified group. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come together at this appointed time this afternoon to hear the platforms of our candidates. Thank you for having us to be a unified community. We pray for your guidance for each and every candidate and for our Rotary and Interact clubs as we move forward in our endeavors. We praise you and give you the thanks. In Jesus' name, amen. You all have a safe journey. Feel free to mingle with your candidates. If you bought pies or cakes, you can see Miss Elaine and she'll cash those out for you.
Why Rotary? Well, let's start with why it was founded. In 1905, a Chicago attorney named Paul P. Harris formed one of the world's first service organizations, the Rotary Club of Chicago. It was a place where professionals with diverse backgrounds could exchange ideas, form meaningful friendships, and serve their community. The name Rotary came from the group's early practice of rotating the meeting location among the offices of each member. And for over a century, the community has expanded all over the globe, and the exchange of ideas, friendships, and service has grown right along with it. Rotary has always been a magnet for leadership, not only in its members, but also in those who regularly present at Rotary meetings. Few places allow you to rub elbows with so many leaders and at the same time lend a hand to so many in need. You know, our fight to end polio is this close to succeeding. With over 1.2 million members in over 34,000 clubs worldwide, the networking and service opportunities are almost endless. And in every one of those clubs, the members are dedicated to service above self and maintaining the 6 areas of focus: promoting peace, fighting disease, providing clean water, saving mothers and children, supporting education, and growing local economies. Those focus areas and everything we do can always be put through our 4-way test. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Are you a busy business or community leader whose heart is set to serve above self? Then we were made for each other. The meetings have stopped rotating, but our passion to network, share, and serve has not. Why don't you look us up? We'd love to invite you to our next meeting. Rotary. Join leaders, exchange ideas, take action.